Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3, back with another kicking comic book review. This is just over a single comic, but it's a comic that made history, so I thought, let's do it. Sensation Comics #1, which was the comic book that introduced Wonder Woman. You can get this comic for free on Amazon and Comixology and stuff, so that you can read this Wonder Woman origin. It's a very empowering and progressive book for the time. That being said, it is still also a little dated, and I'm not just talking about art and writing style. So, Wonder Woman, you know, Diana, Princess of Themyscira. It starts off with her in her invisible jet, which I always thought was a little stupid, but I guess she needed something to transport Steve Trevor in, so instead of just giving her the power to fly, they gave her a jet instead. And she takes Steve Trevor to a hospital, runs out, and starts looking around Man's World, which she's never seen but has heard about from her mother. And she is like, always the woman, Diana goes window shopping, etc., etc. And then lots of men are ogling her and saying inappropriate stuff about her, for sure. She stops a robbery by deflecting bullets and stuff. One of my favorite comic panels of all time is actually in this book. There's a panel on on one of the pages where she's fighting the gangsters, and one of the gangsters, referring to the bullets, is like, she's playing with them, she's playing catch with them, and then she points at him and goes, and now I'm gonna play catch with you. And I don't know why, I love that panel. I think it's funny how she's pointing at him. The gangsters have funny faces, and I just love the colors in that panel as well, like the people in the background with all the shades of blue. It's really nice. And then the yellow ground is a very interesting effect. You don't really see that in modern comics at all. With like the orange and yellow backgrounds like this, you never see that anymore. She thwarts the robbery. Someone chases her down in a car, but he has to go at top speed just to get close enough to her to yell at her. And then he has her like do a show where people come to the theater and watch her deflect bullets. And I swear the art shows her deflecting bullets straight into the crowd. It's hilarious. It's insane. But she doesn't sign a contract, and when she quits because she hears Steve Trevor is better and she's obsessed with him, her manager steals her cut, but then she takes it from him. She doesn't take all the money, she just takes her cut. And then she goes to the hospital, and there is a nurse on the steps crying. Her husband had just been shipped out because he's in the military, and neither of them have enough money to relocate her over there with him. And the nurse's name is Diana Prince. And not only does she have the first name as Princess Diana of Themyscira, and also the prince-princess thing, she also just happens to look exactly like her, but her hair is a different style, and she wears glasses. It's so fucking convenient. Oh my god. So Wonder Woman gives her the money and is like, I'll buy your identity and you can go live with your husband in another country. Which is a weird thing to do because, like, they're gonna come back one day, right? And Wonder Woman could do something to get her in, like, trouble. She doesn't know this woman. I would trust Wonder Woman with my life, of course. But this woman, this is the first appearance of Wonder Woman. No one knows who she is. So she becomes a nurse, a military nurse specifically, so that she can be around Steve Trevor. And the nurse didn't want to sell her stuff at first. She was like, you don't even know how to be a nurse. And Diana was like, yes, I do. I'm a nurse. And I was like, Diana knowing stuff about the human body and some medical stuff, yeah, of course, that makes sense to me. But, Diana knowing how to use modern medical equipment and stuff, no. It's literally impossible. But yeah, she has to rescue Steve Trevor again. They fight some Nazis. Many of which have Hitler mustaches. And then Steve Trevor falls for Wonder Woman, who is in love with Steve Trevor, but Wonder Woman stole the identity of another woman, and she's trying to get Steve Trevor to fall in love with Diana Prince, even though she could just come up to him as Wonder Woman. The book doesn't make sense. There's a lot of, like, the writing is bad. The writing is it's terrible. By today's standards. It's garbage. Not only is it outdated, but just the structure and everything is just, oh my god. It's absolutely terrible. That being said, I actually love the art. Some of the people are drawn a little weird and stuff, but this was also back when like one person was doing all the art for like the whole thing, you know? Like Charles Moulton, you know, you did a good thing by creating Wonder Woman, but also it's really dated. It's hard for me to look at this from the mindset of a child when this came out because I was not alive. You know? But I can be like, yeah, this is of course a product of its time. It's a little sexist, but not near as sexist as most comic books would be, you know? Like, just having the female hero at all is pretty incredible. Especially for the time. Even today, that's still kind of impressive, to be honest. But yeah, you know, Sensation Comics, #1. You can get it digitally for free. If you want it. No sweat. And I really like the art, lots of vibrant colors and stuff. I love the way colors are used in older books like this. I think it's very interesting. And also, I think Wonder Woman was a great idea. She was always meant to be a very progressive hero, as many heroes were, even back then. It's a piece of history. You know, if you're a big comic fan, you should read it at least once, you know, just to read it. So, all in all, my final thoughts on Sensation Comics #1 featuring Wonder Woman. It's the story is very dated, and it's probably not going to be a very enjoyable read unless you were like an old man or an old lady who was a child of the times. But I still enjoyed it. The story, I was like, geez. But the art, I really loved. And just having this little piece of history on my Kindle is very nice. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all next time when we review a little manga.